This one is a more recent one, and it's about USDA, FHA, all these loans, and I believe that somebody can just get a house super cheap, but the trick is that you got to be a charity case. Well, this is my experience so far. It was about 2019. I had the cable TV at the time. It was real sorry company. But I saw something that you say something claiming you could get these houses for one. I think something said you get a house for $1, and I started looking into it, and one thing led to another. I started calling people up. Found out that the program was not happening in where I was, but I could go down to the next county down, and they had these classes on Saturday morning. I had no vehicle, and I looked into how I could get there on a bus, and it was like 8 something in the morning. You had to be there, and it was just too many rides, too many changes. So I don't know. Eventually, the lady I was talking to said, I first need to take this online course, and that was time consuming and cost $99, and printed out a certificate, and then over the phone her assistant took down my qualification information. I was sent forms, 400 something was the name of the forms, just taking it step by step. And I wanted to just go to the place, and there was one that I could just go and talk to them in person. And I'll just tell you the name of the address. 80 Hillcrest. Alright, so I had rented a car, had a couple. I used to rent them by the week. It's less stressful that way. It's a better bargain. I had a couple days left, so I went looking for the place, and it just didn't seem to exist. I found the street. I drove along the street looking at the addresses, and I got to the end of that street, and sure enough, you know who I found? I found the postal carrier. If anyone would know, wouldn't it be them? They didn't know. I gave up. So we kept going around and around, calling each other, and then she sounded kind of exasperated one day and said, well, do you have a house that you've picked out? So I wound up, I had to wait a while, and I went to where I knew that there were good deals and all this, and where I wanted to live. And it was that was I mean, I found a couple and wrote them vacant houses and wrote them down, and I don't know. The next thing is just that the pandemic hit, and kind of just everything. Another problem I had was this one guy seemed like kind of an old sounding person. Well, he seemed to want to have me do everything online, and I was going through this turmoil about, why are we having to do everything online and this and that, and you just get at a crossroads. I mean, is this online stuff? It's just worse every day. The way it just takes over everything, and well, the pandemic, nothing was going to get done. The pandemic, they closed the offices. I just kind of gave up. Now I'm back pursuing it, but I'll tell you something interesting that happened though. Freaky, real scary and freaky when I was going to look. I had a friend, acquaintance, recommend, hey, I wish you would buy one of those, what do they call them? The homesteader shacks that they put up in 1953, and there's all on my street. Told me the name of the street, and I went looking, and I was just going the speed limit, and this car got on my tail, and they could have gone around, but it was just weird how they were trying to. This one could have been one of the people that thought I was a home flipper because I had a nice. I had rented. They didn't have the car I rented. They gave me a brand new white Malibu instead. I think that's what I had. That might have made me look like some house flipper type, or they just don't like any outsiders coming in, or then there's illegal pot farms out there, and they want to keep people away from them. But there's video of the house. I went into it, a vacant house, and it's really strange. It had the mailbox was in the front yard, and we'd had that a real bad storm, and it was a super bloom of flowers, and I took pictures of them. I'd never seen so many wildflowers in one place. It's like it just as much flowers as would be on a normal lawn of grass. But yeah, that was kind of scary. What that person could have just been a psycho. I don't know why they really. I think I don't know whether I sped way up or I slowed way down and turned. I think I turned to get away from them, and they went on. But yeah, so I might as well just keep pursuing it. Maybe I'll call them back up, say, hey, remember me? Let's do this, and then it is the bureaucracy and the strings attached is really what can mess you up.